Welcome in, everybody. Fireball. Mike's a pussy.
USA. I gave Susie a little pat up on the booty and she turned around and said, walk this way.
Welcome in, people. We'll get started after the song. Welcome in, everybody. We're taking him down. We're taking him down. Yeah, I'll go over that crap. Happy Friday night, everybody. Y'all made it through another work week. I will, Elizabeth. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, Lord, what a day. Hope everybody had a wonderful day, guys. Welcome to the weekend. I went live this morning. For those of you that weren't able to hear it, I'm going to go over the same information. Let me show you what we got here so far. GoFundMe, $1,560. Screenshot of this, if you will. Please take a screenshot. I'll keep it up for about 20 more seconds. So he's doxed that enough today. So, I mean, I even doxed myself today with my full address. So, I don't give a shit. So, if you guys will take a screenshot. The first thing up here, email. That is a tip email, okay? If anybody has any information on the whereabouts of Florida Man, also known as Michael Kinney, you can send any and all information to that email. Your name will be kept anonymous. Any tips that come in here, I will be forwarding them to the private investigators and the people on the ground looking for him in a multitude of states. And Alachua County tip line, 1-352-372-7867. You can contact the Alachua County directly with this tip line if you know where Florida Man is. They do offer reward money also regarding tips on arresting felons that have warrants out. So again, bolomichaelkinney@gmail.com. Any information you have on the whereabouts of Florida Man that lead to him being arrested, please send any information there. Right now, our GoFundMe is up to $1,560. Whoever has information on where he is, and if he's arrested, that person will get that much money. Although I do think it's going to probably hit $2,000 by tonight. I was going for $1,000, but you know what? The more money, the looser lips. So that's what I say. Let me tell you how we got here, folks. The last couple of days, I have been on the phone with a ton of people. I talked about doing this GoFundMe, and I talked about having to make sure that there were things in place that I felt comfortable with prior to posting this. The most important thing was I reached out to the officer in charge with the investigation of the robbery that was reportedly committed by Florida Man, totaling over $100,000 worth of stolen merchandise. Security camera videos show him going into the building. Security cameras show him with the merchandise in another state, clear across the country. The merchandise was positively identified by the owner of the store. So this is a slam dunk case, and Alachua County will 100% extradite him no matter where he is in the country when he gets arrested. That was the big thing, because I didn't want to go around collecting money for a GoFundMe if we found out that if he gets arrested in, I don't know, in Oregon, that Florida wasn't going to extradite him, because at that point it wouldn't be worth it. I mean, what's the point? So once I got verification from the gentleman today, who's in charge of the case, I told him exactly what I was doing. I told him about the GoFundMe. We talked about wording in it. I told him what I was saying. And when I told him that, he was very happy about that, because they are very interested in bringing him back to Florida to face the charges. That's when he gave me the anonymous tip line. So he gave me that number, and he said if anybody has information, they can call that number also. What will happen is, they have a pool of money for reward money, and what they'll do is once somebody that they want arrested is arrested, the information goes to like a panel of not police officers, and they decide how much money that person will receive based on their tip. So that's what I needed to find out, and we found that out today. And the GoFundMe went live around noon today. It is on private, because Mike has said already, and I've heard people say that they're going to report it and they're going to have it taken down. So it is a private GoFundMe. The only people that are getting the invites to it are people that ask me directly, that I know. I've sent it to other creators on here. So if their followers would like to donate to it, they know their followers better than I do, and they are at liberty to share it with who they trust. That's the most important thing. So again, right now we are up to $1,560 for credible evidence leading to his arrest. Now, how did we get here? We got here in a lot of ways. I've watched Mike do this bullshit for almost 2 years on this app. He started in on me a little over a year ago. And, you know, things simmered down. I watched him go after a countless number of people since then. And I've watched and I've called him out, and he's targeted me, and I've called him out and he's targeted me, and then he'll go on to other people and target them. What put me over the edge was last week when he showed somebody's house, showed the picture on his live. What put me over the edge was when he made those disgusting allegations on Smash's husband. And personally for me, what put me over the edge is allowing Jen in a box to spout off her lies. And I'd had it. I'd had enough. I had enough. I want to tell you that indeed, somebody asked me if the money was going for private investigators. No. As I said this morning on my live, one thing that's fantastic about social media is that you have access to people all over the country and, you know, in some other countries. You know I have a lot of Canadians that come in, you know, and watch. And there's a lot of people that are licensed private investigators. There are friends on here that I have that have friends that are private investigators. And I could tell you already that there are boots on the ground in multiple areas. I cannot tell you, I'm not going to tell you where those are. And, you know, I'm not going to give away too much information. But through a number of different areas, there are people actively searching for where he is at no cost. And those people know who they are that are helping with this. I'm not going to put their name out. You know, if they want to put their names out, they can, but I am not putting out any personal information about anybody that is helping with this, because we know what he does. He will go after people. He's already gone after me today. He said that he was going to call family members, and he did. He did call one of them. And my brother and I had a good laugh over it. Because, again, you know, my siblings know what I do on here. They know that the people that I'm involved with are scumbags, and they support what I do because, you know, we were raised by the same parents. You know, you do the right thing, and you don't be a creep. You don't be a creep. And he's beyond that with a lot of people. He is beyond that. So once all of this is over, all the information will come out on who helped, who got it done. I'm not going to give out any information on the person that gives information regarding his whereabouts. I'm not going to do that. If that person decides at some point to come forward, they can, but I'm not going to be doing that. But yeah, that's where we got to where we are today. So if you guys got the screenshots, I'll show it one more time. If you guys get your cameras ready to take a screenshot, the first thing you're going to see is a Gmail a Gmail address, and that is for any information on the whereabouts of where Florida Man is. That is tied in with the GoFundMe. And any information I get will be going to the private investigators and to the investigator in Alachua County. Any pertinent information that comes in. So I'm going to show it to you. Please get your screenshots ready. Get your camera ready. Get your camera ready. Here's the information again. BoloMichaelKinney@gmail.com. That's me. That Mike made a post regarding how he was going to start calling the tip line. I don't think Mr. Intelligent over there realizes it's a police tip line, but go ahead and call, Mike. That'd be a great idea. So they're aware that people will be calling with most likely false information to try to throw off the investigation. Good luck with that. So that's where we are. Mr. Kinney is concerned. Based on what people have told me from his live today, he is spiraling. He is nervous. He's concerned, which he should be. He absolutely should be. Because we're not fucking playing around. We're not playing around. There are a ton of people on this app that want him incarcerated. Based on the bullshit that he's done to so many people on here. And you know, I want you to think about this. The information that people have put out about Florida Man involved in this situation, in this GoFundMe, people that have been attacked by him, harassed, bullied, slandered, all of that stuff. What have they done to him? You can get the hell out of here because you know what? You're not important. I'll mute the account. People have put out the truth about Mike. What have we put out? Police reports, videos. We've put out information regarding his charges. We've put out the lies that he says about people, and we've defended ourselves, and other people have defended themselves. What have we put out about Mike? That's bad. The truth? Hey, if he considers that us attacking him, maybe he shouldn't be such a fucking criminal. But what he continues to do is put out false information on everybody. Anybody that is against him, anybody that speaks up against him, he goes after because we're not playing the way he wants us to. Did you send it to my email or did you send it to my Scammy account? Okay. He does this to try to shut people up. And he has done that to a lot of people. And I guarantee you, when this nightmare is over and he's behind bars, there are going to be a lot of people coming back on this app with their original names because they know it's over for him. And they know that they're not going to be victims anymore. I question the people that still are supporting him in boxes I would question that, and that's all I'm going to say, because there are eyes on everything. There are eyes on everything. And without going into it, you guys know what that means. So, in my personal opinion, if there's people that don't want to get caught in this shit cobweb that Florida man has created, don't get stuck to it. You don't want any of this. I'm telling you right now, you don't want any of this. You don't. So, absolutely, there are people actively searching a number of different ways. The GoFundMe, again, folks, we are at $1,560. Right? I mean, who called? And that was kind of like what my brother was like. He was like, so he really thinks that calling one of my brothers is going to do something? I mean, give me a break. That is like the most prepubescent thing for somebody to do. That's something like when you were in 6th grade and you were having a sleepover at your friend's house and you'd get on the phone and you'd call somebody and you'd say, is your refrigerator running? And then when they say yes, you say, you better go chase after it. I mean, that is how lame it is. I mean, come on now. So, yeah, so he can keep trying. Yeah, he did. We had a good laugh about it today. Obviously, you know, I don't know what type of reaction he was that Florida man was looking for, but he sure as hell didn't get it. Hold on, I'm just looking at, Ratina, I am trying to get my email open to play it, okay? This is Florida Man. So again, so you guys know this money that we're collecting in the GoFundMe is purely for a reward. Between what the reward is now and the reward in Florida, we're talking about close to $2,000 right now. The only reason why my brother was dumbfounded was he was like, why is this jackoff reaching out to me? That's why he was dumbfounded. He's like, this is an adult and he's doing this shit. This is his van. I know you can't read the comments right now. Somebody asked for the van. No, he didn't. Yes, it is a Dodge. Important thing to look at, guys. It has no windows on the sides, okay? There are some vans that have windows going down each side of the van. His does not. So, yes, the money for the GoFundMe is going towards a reward for any information leading to his arrest. Wherever he is arrested in the United States, Alachua County, Florida, will be extraditing him. I can guarantee you that based on his criminal record, based on his charges, there will be no bond hearing for him. He will be extradited and he will be put in jail. He will not be able to leave because he is an absolute flight risk since he has no known home address. He does not have a permanent address anywhere. He has addresses that he used to live at, but he does not have an address where he can go to and be on house arrest or whatever. So that is exactly what the point of this GoFundMe is. If you are interested in donating to this fundraiser, this GoFundMe, please reach out to the creator or a creator that you know best on this platform, on TikTok. Let them know that you want to donate. And then at that point, I trust them to give out the information on their own because it is private, this GoFundMe. It is not public. If you search for it on the GoFundMe site, you're not going to find it. Because I know he will try to falsely report it and get it taken down. And we're not going to do that. Hold on, I'm going up to get my iPad so I can play what Ratina wanted me to. Hold on. Okay. Give me a minute, folks. There it is. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Okay, guys, I'm just opening up my email here. Okay. Martina, if you're in here, do you want me to show the video or just play the audio of it? Okay.
Hey, Claus. Somebody go do that for me real quick.
Yeah, go connect it. I don't follow.
Why you gonna connect that, Regina? Hold on one second, folks. Why you gotta go connect that, Regina? Because I'll tell you what, you keep fucking with people
Regina,
that
your
follow
PO's already been fucking emailed, so shut the fuck up. You're
You
not
keep
even
fucking-
involved, you fat cunt.
Nice.
You fucking keep on fucking with the people that I follow. I'll take what you all fucking love the most. I promise you that, and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me on this app. So you fucking stupid cunts over there better sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up before the evil version of me comes out. The evil version that you guys try to paint me out as, I will take.
Wait, we tried to paint. We don't have to try anything that we tried to paint you as. You show your true colors every day, Florida man. We don't have to paint you out as anything. Your own words show exactly who you are. He's spiraling. I told you. Listen, he is going to go nuclear because he has nothing to lose. He has nothing to lose. He is scared. He is a fucking scared baby right now. He realizes the walls are closing in on him. He realizes most likely somebody that knows where he is, one of his friends, is going to turn on them because $3,000 is a lot of money. I'm sorry, $2,000 is a lot of money, especially in this economy. This is what he does, though. He doesn't have anything to lose because he knows once he's caught, he's going to spend the majority of the rest of his life probably behind bars. Yes, he does have a warrant. Duchess, he has the most important warrant that has the most time on it is in Florida. And when he's arrested and Florida gets him, he's going to be spending the majority of the rest of his life in Florida. Let me play the rest of this. Tap the screen, please. I don't even know what he says here.
Everything that you love and leave you with nothing, crying in a shit, Ashley. And then I'll green screen your children after they're taken by the state, and I will fucking claim that I got custody of them, and I will, with AI, show you how to parent your fucking children the correct way. So sit your fucking ass down before I do everything in my power to make sure that those children go to the state.
And traffics for fun, but
So
Regina.
So
Regina,
he's saying we're painting him as a monster. Really? We're painting him? No.
Somebody go do that for me real quick.
No, you're your own monster, Mike.
Show you how to parent your fucking children.
Mike, based on what I've heard, you need to learn how to parent your own children, my friend. Yeah, Retina, when was this? What gives him so much power? Well, because he likes controlling people, and he still has people that he can control. But that number's getting less and less, and he realizes he's starting to lose control because he doesn't control as many people as he used to. Yes, he does. He has none, Mama G. 2 nights ago, thank you. So this is what he does, guys. Yep. She's in enough of her own problem. You know, probably the last thing that somebody like her should be doing is hanging out with him. Yes, and if it comes out when he is arrested that there have been people helping him, sending him money, letting him stay at their place, you know, for whatever amount of time, it doesn't matter. They could be caught up in this, which is why I said they may not want to get caught up in this cobweb of crap. The warrant in Florida, Mr. Kinney thought it would be a great idea to break into a collectible shop and to reportedly steal over $100,000 worth of collectible items. The problem is he was caught on security camera going into the building. The problem is he took said items to another state and unloaded these items that were caught on another security camera. So, you know, there's pretty much not, you know, this is why, let's put it this way. This is why Florida is so anxious to get him. He did not, you are obsessed with him? Okay, yeah, because the video lied, right? I love how these ballless nutsacks come in here on fake accounts. Pussies. Well, I'll tell you what. Just like when you put a light on in an apartment or a house that has roaches in the middle of the night, and that light goes on and those roaches scatter, watch. Once he's arrested, watch how everybody, they'll claim, oh, I wasn't good friends with him. Oh, I didn't support him. I didn't condone what he does. We've heard that all before. Just wait. Because as soon as he's out of the picture, these people are going to run. They are going to run. I'm going back down to get my coffee. Yep, I agree. I agree, Nana. But that's what he does. Again, he needs to have complete control over people, which is why he went to pretty much the depths of hell to get people that were off the app back on the app again. And I'm not going to say names. You know who they are. People that were off the app completely because they pretty much got run off for the bullshit that they did on here. And what happens? He gets in contact with him. He comes up with some bullshit, try to fix their persona, try to fix, what they did on the app by claiming they didn't do it. He rebuilds their character, and then what do you see? They're his lapdogs. He controlled them. So one more time, I'm going to show this screenshot, okay, or take a screenshot. Here it is, bolomichaelkenny@gmail.com. That is that is tied in with the GoFundMe. This is where you can send information on his whereabouts. This is an email that I could when there's a donation and any tips. When I get a tip, I will be forwarding it on to the powers that be that is in touch with the private investigators, and I will also be emailing the information to the police officer because he gave me his personal email for this, which is really nice. The phone number at the bottom there, that is the Alachua County tip line. Anybody can call there. It's anonymous. If you know where he is and you don't feel comfortable contacting my email, you can contact the tip line directly and you can give them information on his whereabouts. And at that point, if and when Michael is arrested, if it is based on your tip, you will get a reward from this tip line, from their police department. Let me put this. So, are there any questions, any comments? No, absolutely don't approach him. And you'll see in the fundraiser, it says, this is not a witch hunt. We don't want people to go around and, personally look for them. Okay, leave that up to the people that are licensed to do it. Because what will they will contact the private investigators. And then if the private investigators do find him in that location, they will immediately call the local police there. They will come. So it'll be boom, boom, boom. He will be found. Local police arrest him, contact Alachua, and then they will. Good luck with that, Mike. It's not going to happen. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Share that with me. I've already gotten some interesting tidbits today that I've already forwarded to the PIs, and I've already sent an email to the investigator down in Alachua. Will it amount to something? I don't know, but any bit of information is good information. Got to look at it like a big puzzle. All little bits of information can be helpful. We don't know. But the more bits and pieces of information, the more pieces of the puzzle we put together, once it's completed, he'll be behind bars. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. But, with the private investigators and all that, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. He wasn't even hospitalized from that. It was debunked this week. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm reading comments right now. Somebody sent me a message that Mike will be going live tonight at 8 o'clock. From what I understand, Jen's going to be there. What a shock. Ready for this, guys? Hold on to your chair. Mike is going to, he's going to put out information on all the stuff I did to Jen. Now, see, this is how not very bright Mike is. Mike didn't even know who Jen was 2 weeks ago. People that follow me have seen thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of Jen. A lot of people on this app that don't even follow me have watched thousands of hours of Jen. They know everything that Jen has done. They know everything that I have done, which is nothing towards Jen. So let him talk. I always say that, guys. Let him talk. For a number of reasons, but let him talk. Yeah, I agree. Yep, never a receipt. Never a receipt. Now he does, absolutely, Robin. Yeah, and that's not really hard. That's not really hard, Mama G. I'm convinced that, listen, Mike put out a post earlier this week putting my Scammyclaus at Gmail email on one of his posts saying that, please everybody send junk mail to her. Well, Mike, I want to thank you for that because I got one person that signed me up for CNN news briefs, and I appreciate that because, I've been wanting to get on some type of a daily mailing list so I can keep track when I wake up in the morning, what's going on, what did I miss. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. But, I want to tell you that a majority of the people that are in Mike's lives they're in there to watch the show. He's got that group of, seriously, probably 4 or 5 people that are ride or die for him. But you know what? I also think that a majority of those people know right from wrong. And they will tell you afterwards that what Mike did to a lot of people on here was pretty shitty. Because a lot of those people have had the same things done to them that he's done to people. And they've cried about it on here. So my feeling is that, I do have faith in people still. And I'm not saying I have faith in people that, all of them are going to come forward with tips. No, I don't believe that. But I will guarantee you that there are people over there that would love to have over $2,000 in their pocket. Who wouldn't? Because when it comes down to it, I guarantee you, if I did this GoFundMe for anybody over there, whether it was, let me just throw out names, OG, Bougie, Mittens, Queen Witch, I guarantee you, if there was a $2,000 reward for information leading to those people's arrests, and Mike knew where they are, he would throw them under the fucking bus in a heartbeat. And if they don't think that's the case, then they need to open their eyes. Because Mike has always been in it for himself. He doesn't care about anybody else. So, if there are any other questions, I've been looking at them to see, if anybody has any questions for it. Again, if you would like to donate to the GoFundMe, please reach out to the creator that you follow the most on here, that knows you are visible in the lives, and reach out to them, because most of them already have the link. And since it is a private GoFundMe, you can't access it just by going to the GoFundMe page and typing in his name or my name or whoever. You can't get there. So reach out to somebody. I have a group of people that are, when somebody wants to donate, we kind of vet the person first to make sure that it is on the up and up, because we are protecting the people that are giving. All right, exactly, Holly. What county in Florida? It's Alachua County. I believe it was in Gainesville where the crime took place. I'm scrolling up a little. Yes, I agree with that. Days of our TikTok lives. Yep. And I'm going to tell you what. I have had to deal with police in my town quite a number of times, whether it was Thomas Shields, whether it was Sean, whether it was with Florida Man in July when he doxed all my information. I have dealt with a number of police, and my police department is really good, and I have a lot of respect for them. But I have to say, after talking to this gentleman this morning down in Gainesville, what an absolutely wonderful guy. Absolute wonderful person. And it gave me hope. It really did. It really gave me hope. Yep, they will get it done. So, I'm also being realistic here, folks. We all have to prepare ourselves for this may not happen. It may not happen. I mean, he's been driving around so much. Chances are he might get pulled over, and that's how he gets taken in. And just so you guys all know, if that happens, everybody will be getting their money back. That's why I keep putting up how much money has been collected for the GoFundMe. I'm keeping it very transparent, unlike some other people on this app, and you know who I'm talking about. I am keeping you all up to date on how much money is being raised. When somebody donates, I get a notification, and yes, I do have their names, but that information is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. So if he does get arrested without a tip, then all of the donations will go back. I remember about a year ago, and before I even say this, listen, I am not sticking up for SP. I think that what she did and what she's done on this app is vile. But do you remember a year ago when Florida Man was saying, like, pretty much the SP was a pussy? She knew she had a warrant out and she should have just taken care of it rather than, running from it for as many years as she did. You remember that? Oh, well, she should have done the right thing and she should have turned herself in. Sound familiar? But again, I mean, that's Florida Man talking. What's good for him is not what is good for others. It's all about the hypocrisy of Michael Kinney. Right, very ironic. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Yes, Pepperidge Farm does remember. So, that's about it, folks. That's all I've got. I will keep everybody updated over the weekend on the GoFundMe. If you can donate, it doesn't matter how much it is. $2, $5. The wonderful thing about GoFundMe's is maybe one person's donation wouldn't be enough, but when we all work together for one cause, all of those $2, $3, $5, 10, 20, whatever, they all add up. And there's power in numbers. Also, I want you guys to keep an eye. And I don't suggest going into his lives at all. But if you have been in there on burners, keep an eye who goes in his boxes. Keep an eye on who's in the chat. Because I'll tell you what, not only are you keeping an eye on it, but there's others. And that was my dryer. So, that's about all I got, folks. Again, I'll update throughout the weekend on the GoFundMe. If you have any tips, please reach out to me. One more time, let me show it to you. BoloMichaelKinney@gmail.com. Alachua County tip line 1-352-372-7867. Everything will be anonymous. All information will be forwarded to the private investigator. They will be forwarded to Alachua County Police Department for them to look into. TikTok, especially those that have been victims of Mike's. And, I trust that they will give the... make sure you pop some popcorn, pour your favorite drink. It should be entertaining. While Jen sits in a box trying to be relevant. And Mike, again, will put out all sorts of false information because he never shows proof. Mike, you're not going to rehabilitate Jen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. So keep doing what you're doing there, buddy. Because you know what? When you put lipstick on a pig, it doesn't matter. It's still a pig. Have a good night, y'all.